Hi, so this is a class for phase 1 of our cycles, the menstruation phase. So I hope it brings you some relief during this time, and here we go. So let's start by just coming down on our backs. Just allow yourself to rest down in Shavasana. Really allow every aspect of your body to connect with the ground. Allow yourself to tune in with your breath. And just mentally scan through your body. And see how you're feeling today. If your lower back is feeling quite achy, feel free to bend those knees up, just so that back can lay flat on the floor. And as we're here, we're just going to lengthen our exhale. So if we just try and breathe in perhaps for a count of 4, but then breathe out for a count of 6. Make that exhale shorter than the inhale. If that count doesn't work for you, maybe 3, 5 works for you. Just do what you can. Just making the exhale a little longer. It may feel nice to have one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. So you can really feel that connection. Feel that energetic flow between your heart center and your womb center. It may feel more appropriate today to have your hands down on your tummy in Yoni Mudra. Or if you feel more comfortable with your arms just out by your sides. Focus on lengthening the out breath. The lengthening of the exhale really helps to stimulate our rest and digest response. It allows the parasympathetic nervous system to kick in. If you're feeling a little edgy, a little crampy, a little tired right now, maybe feeling a little emotional because you've started your period and that was perhaps not the outcome you wanted this month. As we lie here just breathing, allow yourself to marvel in the wonders that is the feminine body. And we're just going to allow our breath just to return back to its natural rhythm, its natural pace. If you have your eyes closed, you can gently open them. And we're going to reach around and just grab a brick. We're going to pop that between our knees, just squeeze it together. And gently going to bring your heels a little bit closer to your bottom, feet flat on the floor. Now we're not going to go up into a bridge, that's too much of an inversion, especially if your flow is quite heavy at the moment. We're just going to do some pelvic tilts just to start waking up our pelvic area, get a little bit of movement going on there, just to release any muscle tension that might be happening at this time. So we're going to take a breath in. As we breathe out, our pubic bone just tips up to the sky, and the back of our pelvis just rocks off the floor. So the out breath is tipping up, and the in breath is just rocking down. So as we go down, we can feel that gap in our lower back. Tip our pubic bone up to the sky, and tip it back down again. You can keep your hands just on your tummy for this. It feels nice. Get that connection with the pelvic bowl tipping back and forth. And just do a couple more breaths here. And just come back to a neutral position in the spine. So we're just going to take the block away now. Okay, we're going to pop our left leg so the ankle is on the knee of the right. We're going to thread our arms through, just catch behind the leg, and just stretch that leg on forward. So that's stretch, so that's pulling the right knee forward towards your chest. Feeling a lovely stretch down the back here. That can feel really great, especially if you're feeling, some women feel a little kind of sciatic or squashed, and the muscles all over feel pretty cramped up during their periods. So this can just be a nice gentle stretch out. Ujjayi breath is a really nice breath to take during this practice. One more breath. We're just going to pop that right foot back on the floor, just cross that left leg over, and then we're just going to pop our arms out to the side, twist over to the side. Just let your knees relax and fall where they will. It just gives a really good stretch down the SI joint. So just the slight twisting that we're doing in the abdomen is going to help stimulate our periods leaving us, okay? So we're gently moving a little more in this phase of our cycle. Obviously, we're moving from a very kind of static phase in phase 4 and over the beginning of phase 1 into a more active phase. So by the time we get to the end of phase 2, end of phase 1, beginning of phase 2, we're going to start feeling pretty good about ourselves. And we're going to naturally want to do more. But for this phase, we're just getting things going again. Okay, and I'm going to come on back to the middle. We're going to swap our legs over and do that on the other side. Remember, if you are feeling particularly achy, stay. Don't do anything you don't want to. You can always rest at any point. So we're going to thread on through the legs. So our hips can often feel extremely old ladyish at this point of our cycle as well, beginning of our period. So it's nice to be able to just gently just stretch them out. And then we're going to plant that foot back on the floor, cross those knees over, arms out. You can have your arms right out to the side or in cactus arms, whatever works best for you and for your room. Obviously, any pinching, any compression in that lower back, please just ease back off, okay? So just one more breath. And then coming back to centre. We're going to stretch out long. Just wiggle those arms and feet. Really nice stretching through the wrists, through the forearms, through the calves. I'm going to go on over to the left into a kind of banana stretch, I like to call it. Should just feel a nice awakening all down the side of the body. So if you're stretching over to the left, you'll feel a nice awakening down the right side of the body. Just a couple of breaths here. And then back to centre. And then stretch on over banana slightly to the other direction. If it feels comfortable, really reach across with that left hand. Get the stretch even longer. A nice lateral side bend. And back to centre. Going to plant our feet firmly on the floor. Hands down by the side. Just gently bring ourselves up to seated position. Okay, so we're going to pop our legs out in front of us, Dandasana. You might want a block for this. So let's just sit ourselves up on the block if you're feeling a little tight in your lower back. So what we're going to try and do is really, this next move is a really good activation of our psoas major going down into our groin. And what we're going to try and do is just lift up one leg at a time. Now, I don't actually expect you to get the leg far off the ground at all, but just the motion of trying to connect with that muscle to pick the leg up really does help in just identifying that one muscle and just trying to kind of like switch it on. So we're going to start with our left leg because we start on our left side because we're doing our feminine moon cycle. Okay, so we're just going to gently, so just a tiny inch or so off the ground, and it'll feel shaky, but that is activating the right muscle. And down we go. It's harder than you think. Shouldn't be hard, but it is. So now we're just going to lift up. Yeah, psoas is generally a stabilising muscle, but in this instance we're asking it to switch on and actually being a mover. I'm just going to try once more on each side. Just breathe deeply. Don't forget to sit up tall. Very easy to slouch when you're focusing on the muscles down here. Fantastic, well done. Okay, so now, if you're on a block, just move yourself off the block. We're just going to I'm going to turn around, you stay where you are. I'm just going to turn and come into Baddha Konasana for a moment. Okay. So we can butterfly those knees out. Again, we're focusing on getting movement back in the body. We want to encourage the blood flow to the area, to our womb space. You know, we want everything to come out as it should. We don't want any blood to stagnate in our abdomen. So we're just encouraging movement around the hips, around the abdomen. And then we'll just rest on forward. If it feels good, you can open up your feet a little more. The feet in Baddha Konasana open in this way, said to mimic the lotus flower, and the lotus flower is said to be imagery for the yoni, for our female parts. So it's it's almost like a really nice focal point for us to think about during our feminine yoga practice. Just a couple more breaths down here. And gently bring yourself back up to seated. So we're just going to move from Baddha Konasana. Swing our leg round into mermaid pose. Okay. Hand down by our side. We're going to bring this arm over in a swooping motion. Big circle. Back. Over to the other side. Let's do that again a couple more times. Bringing over, swooping round, big circle. Just in time with your own breath. We really want to encourage this lovely flowing movement within our female practice, our feminine yoga practice, connecting in with the flowing aspect of being a woman. We're just going to swap over. Let's go in the other direction. Always adjust your position if it's not quite serving you. This is about feeling good in your own body. Not about restricting or constricting. And if the flow messes up a little bit, it's all good. Just keep moving with that breath. Lovely, and come back to being still. We're just going to move onto our knees. I'm going to stand around this way to show you, okay? So we're going to do a slight little moving meditation. So we're going to bring our hands to prayer, to our heart. So we're going to breathe in, breathe out, our hands move to our head. Breathe in, we can open our hands so they can move above our head. Breathe out, we're bowing down. Breathe in, come up to heart. Breathe out, hands to head. Breathe in, hands above head. Breathe out, bow down. Breathe in, hands to heart. So as we just move with each stage of our breath, we're just giving thanks. This is our thankful breath. Where we can just give thanks for the amazing wonder that is our bodies. Let's just focus on that breath. To the heart, to the head, to the heavens, to the earth. The heart, the head, the heavens, the earth. One more round to the heart, the head, the heavens. And as you get down to the earth this time, just rest in child's pose. Just breathe deeply into your back. And gently coming up to your hands and your knees. So remember keeping everything lovely and fluid. Let's just be in our cat-cow. Just moving our hips from side to side. Move them in a figure of 8. And just close your eyes. Just move those hips in whatever direction, whatever freedom you'd like to move. And can rock back and forth. Stretch to one side, snaking around. Whatever feels good for your body. It may feel nice to move in circles. Remember, adjust your position at any time if you feel that your arms need to go out a bit further so you can get a bit deeper in your swoops and your circles, then you move your hands. Just embrace that femininity, embrace that fluid movement. It may feel nice to start rocking forward, a bit stronger. If you're not feeling that strength there today, don't worry. Just keep moving in a way that feels nice. And we're going to come back into puppy pose, so really outstretch those arms now. Head down to the floor. Pushing those hips backwards, arms stretching out in front. In our fluid feminine practice, we can just keep moving in a pose, we don't have to stay static. If you feel like you want to move, then move. Give yourself permission to listen to how your body wants to respond to your practice today. Let's take a move over to the side. And really feel that connection down to the earth as well. Over to the other side. Really allow yourself to feel grounded. Allow yourself to feel so grounded you feel like you're sinking down into the ground. Then we'll just touch our toes together, take your knees really wide. Just come on down in that child's pose again. That wide leg child's pose. Just allow yourself to rest and breathe. And really sink down and find that relaxation. Allow yourself just to melt down into the floor. Allow your tensions just to drop away. And then so gently just move yourself back up. We're just going to keep our hands a little forward though, just take the weight into our hands. We're going to tuck our toes under and come back into a squat. Okay, let's just see if we can take a small balance here for a moment. If you're not feeling balanced right now, just keep your hands on the ground, that's fine. If you feel comfortable doing so, we're just going to move this out. Just turn to show into a Yogi Squat. So just step out Really feel yourself root down. We're just going to move our hands into Kali Mudra. Just grow up tall. Now, some women, when they're menstruating, may feel a little self-conscious in a wide leg pose. If that's the case, and that's absolutely fine. We can just bring our knees together. Or we can just come to kneeling. That's all cool. We're just going to take a few breaths. And I invite you just to think about your womanhood. And what does being a woman mean to you? Think about the power that you hold. So if you're kneeling, if you could just come up to a narrowed leg squat like this. If you're in your Yogi Squat, fantastic. We're just going to pop our hands to the ground and we'll just gently, our knees bent. Keep your knees with a little micro bend in, just gently roll on up. Feel the pelvis just moving forwards, blossoming out. As we gently come to standing. So we sit with our feet nice hip distance apart, because being females, our hips are wider, so our QL joint is, our QL angle is a lot wider than a man's. So standing with our feet close together in Tadasana is not necessarily very comfortable, very stable for us, because we're kind of meeting at the wrong angle. So let's pop our feet hip width apart, so we've got a good grounding standing base. And we're going to do 3 roll downs and then roll back up. So as we go into our first roll down, we're just going to tuck our chin in. Keep a little bend in our knees. Feel your body staying soft but active. As you get halfway, your sit bones blossom up to the sky. Come down to where you want to. And gently, that firmness grounding down through your feet. Gently roll back up. Okay, so we're keeping it soft and fluid. You don't have to go all the way down to the ground. Allow your out breath just to push you back up. Breathe in at the top. So breathe out. Gently roll down. Breath in at the bottom. And out just to come back up to standing. Fantastic. With our feet still in this position, we're going to breathe in. Arms up to sky. Breathe out. Bring that Anjali Mudra back down to your heart. Breathe in. Let's gather up the energy, beautiful light that surrounds you. Breathe out. Keep this moving. With your own breath, you can close your eyes. Really tune into the energy. Feel the power and the light that shines from you. Just do 3 more. Let's just step out wide. Not too wide, we're going to come up and down into our goddess pose, okay? So arms down by our side. Breathe in. Out, let's get strong with our arms. Breathe in, we feel like we're growing up tall. And breathe out. Breathe in, we rise. Breathe out. We ground down with the power of the earth. Breathe in, we rise. Always move with your own breath. Just stand here for one breath, feeling strong. We're going to move our hands down to the ground. Just come across, side stretch. So we can take our feet pointing up to the sky, or you can keep it flat on the floor. Let's move to the center, over to the side. And to the center and the side, we can always go a little quicker. So breathing in, moving one way. Breathing out to the other. When you reach this side this time, we're just going to untuck that leg, hand on floor, stretch on over. Take a lovely big breath. Really feel that space within you. Tuck the back toes under. If you're kneeling leg, bring that top arm down. Just help yourself up. And across. Go and tuck the toes on that side now. Hand by the side of our knee. Reach on up. From here, bring the hand back down to the floor. Just going to untuck that bottom leg. Twist around. So we're just going to go into Shavasana. Okay. Breathing out nice and tall. Breathing out, just gently folding forward. Remember to keep your toes pointing up to the sky. But allow yourself just to be soft in this forward bend. Okay, we're not stretching, forcing ourselves to reach over for our feet. Just gently folding over. One more breath. Just walk yourself back up. We're going to take our knee. Just cross our feet over, feet flat on the floor. Tap this leg round. Hold on to the outside. Stand tall. Sit tall even. Just gently twist. Don't go too tight, don't hook everything in. Keeping a bit of room. Fantastic. Okay, so we're just going to take that leg out. This time, we're going to keep the opposite side in. Extend out. Remember, if you need to shuffle, always shuffle. We're sitting up tall. Just gently moving over. Toes point to the sky. You can gently pulse yourself. Just gently moving. Just softening. We're going to gently bring ourselves back up. Okay, so our folded leg then comes over the top. Our extended leg tucks under. We're going to sit up tall. And we're just taking a gentle twist. We're not going too far around, remember. Lovely. Let's come back to centre. Let's untuck our legs. Stretch them out. And we're just going to gently just sit tall, our legs extended. Just gently close your eyes. Roll your shoulders back down. Feel your heart shining out as you sit here for one moment in Dandasana. Feel yourself grounding down. Allow yourself to really connect with the earth. So as you gently open your eyes, just plant your feet flat on the floor. You're just going to gently controlled roll down. Fantastic. Let's bring one leg up, two legs up, arms out to the side for balance. Just gently tick-tock, okay, in time with our breath. So we breathe into the side, breathe out, bring back to center. Breathe into the opposite side, breathe out, back to center. If it's too much, it feels too strong with your feet up in the air, just pop your toes back on the floor. So the out breath is helping you with the movement, which is needing more energy. So that exhale is helping you use your muscles to raise back to the center. Just bring your knees into your chest and have a gentle roll about. Just roll about and massage the base of your spine, how it feels really nice for you. And just gently let your knees go, feet flat on the floor. We're going to take our arms, breathe them in tall. Breathe in, reach overhead. Exhale, bring them back down. Breathe in, float the arms overhead. Exhale, back down to the floor. Breathe in and out. One more time. This time as you breathe in, bring them up, just they're pointed to the sky. Then we're going to just cross them over to the other side of our bodies. So it's a bit, and then just let them flop. It should give you a bit of a stretch across your upper back. And you may find, especially if you've got quite pronounced shoulder blades, you can't always get the top of your back down to the floor, so this is a really nice way to stretch out. It can feel a bit intense. If it feels too intense, then just give yourself a hug. But if it feels like quite a nice stretch, just keep on stretching out. While you're doing this, just heel toe your feet out a little bit to the width of your mat and allow your knees just to rest in against each other. Just 2 more breaths with your arms crossed like this. And gently undo them. Just let them come down by your side. Now we'll gently move into our final resting position for our short Shavasana. So if you are at the end of your period and you're just on very light flow now, just the tail end of it, or your period is finished, then come and take legs up the wall pose. Or if you have a chair, you can always do legs on a chair, which is really lovely too. So either legs up the wall, or if you are still in full flow of your period, then maybe you can grab a bolster. Just have a lovely bolster under the knees or some pillows under the knees. So as you just settle in your final position, just allow your breath to become easy. As you breathe in, feel that breath as a light that travels around your body. Allow that light to reach to the top of your head, all the way down to the tips of your toes, the ends of your fingers. Now watch as that light travels around the body, bringing with it a sense of relaxation. Be aware of it in your toes, moving up through your feet, your ankles. Feel the light traveling up your legs, your knees, through your thighs, allowing your legs to become heavy and relaxed. Feel the light shining around your hips, around your yoni, around your womb space. Let that light shine and radiate with power. But allow that light to let you relax. Feel the light travel up through your spine, allowing each vertebrae just to connect with the ground. Allowing your ribs and your back just to melt away and relax. Your chest and your heart space is full of this light. And the light just warms you and allows you to relax. Feel this light moving up through your shoulders, down your arms, to your hands and fingers. Allowing every muscle just to relax. You feel the light traveling up through your neck, moving over your head, your forehead. Feel the light shining behind your eyes, your nose, your mouth. This warm, radiant light fills the whole of your body and allows the whole of your body to relax. Now I invite you just to stay here in this relaxed state as long as you want to. Allow yourself to drift away, totally relaxed, totally at ease, totally full of light.